All right, witch bitches, we need to have a serious conversation. We need to define exactly what witchcraft is, because a lot of you guys don't know what witchcraft is. You're calling yourself motherfucking witches, but you don't know what it is. You don't have to have any psychic abilities at all to be a witch. People that can see things that are not there, hear things that are not there, smell things that are not there, have clairvoyance, or who are empaths, those are psychics. Those are psychic abilities. That's mediumship. Being able to talk to spirits of the dead and spirits of nature, that's a form of channeling. And that's not witchcraft. I know Matt Oren wrote a book called The Psychic Witch and all of that. Some witches are psychic. Matter of fact, a lot of witches have psychic abilities. But if you're a witch and you don't have any psychic abilities, that doesn't mean that you're not a witch. It means you're not a psychic. And there's other things people who are not psychic can do in order to get answers from the spiritual world. And that's called divination. That's called using an oracle. So let's go ahead and just put it down there. Witchcraft is about working with plants. It's about working with herbs. If you're a witch, you have to work with plants and herbs, or you're not a witch, you're a pagan. Taking a statue of Hecate and putting it on your altar and lighting a candle and putting out offerings to her, that's not witchcraft. That's paganism. That's worshiping a goddess. That's neo-paganism. Only witches that are using herbs, essential oils, and plants and casting spells, that is a witch. And besides people that work with plants, there are psychics and mediums. Those are people that have the ability to communicate with spirit. And then there are oracles and diviners that use tools like Babalaos that cast Ifa, or Ianifas that cast Ifa, or Santeros that throw the Dilagun, the cowrie shells, or psychics that use tarot cards and oracle cards to divine the future. Astrology is a form of oracle. Predictive astrology is a form of divination. Okay? But what I'm trying to tell you is, don't let anybody tell you that you are less of a witch because you don't have any psychic abilities. We all have psychic abilities. All of you have special gifts. You maybe just don't know what your gift is yet, but that doesn't make you less of a witch. And you don't need to pray to any god, goddess. You don't have to have any statues of gods and goddesses. You don't have to worship any particular divinity in order to be a witch, because witchcraft also doesn't have anything to do with worshiping divinities. It is an art and a science. That's what witchcraft is. You learn how to do it. You learn how to cast spells. You don't need any experience. We will teach you. So whenever I see some witch bitch say that, some deity came and picked them up and took them to the other side of the galaxy, and they opened a box and there was like a crystal inside, and they took the crystal and they put it on their third eye, and then their mind blew open and they started seeing titans, and angels and demons are coming to them, and there's infernals in their house living in their bedroom under their bed. That shit's crazy to me. That doesn't match my experience with the world. I live in the real world. I live in this reality. I'm dealing with shit, in my kitchen, when I'm driving my car, when I'm interacting with other people. I'm not delusional. I'm not living in some kind of fantasy land, some fantasy world. I'm living in the real world, and I'm a fucking witch. So what I'm telling you is, you don't have to have, when you watch all these people on TikTok that say they're witches and they're having all these experiences, all these spiritual experiences, and they're all these mind-blowing experiences, well, that's fine. That's good for them. But you don't have to have those things. You don't have to have all those experiences. Those are whatever. That has nothing to do with witchcraft. And most of those people, for me, are they got one foot into psychosis, because they can't seem to differentiate the real world from the fantasy land that they're living in their head. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you want to be a real witch, then start learning how to identify plants. If you want to be a real witch, start learning how to learn medicinal and magical properties of herbs. Understand the use of poisonous plants and how to make things. Spiritual baths. Those are the fastest and easiest things to learn how to make, and the most important. Learn how to make spiritual baths with herbs, fresh herbs and essential oils. Make body oils and salves and balms. Soap, magical soap. So witchcraft is the art of making things for spiritual purposes. This has been a public service announcement. Okay, bye.